video on why you should not date single mothers, and I'll give you reasons later on why single fathers should not date single mothers. But the single man should avoid who's a single mom by choice, and she is a single mom because she divorced the father from a marriage. Now, that just automatically puts a stamp that she's in control of the family. She uninvited the father, the patriarch, the head of the household. She kicked him out. She said, "You're no longer needed in my family." A signal to you, that is her family. You, just like the original father, will be invited and uninvited at her will, whenever she wants you to be in or be out. The other type is a single mom who did not get married, but had a relationship with the father of her children in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. It's the same thing. If she just picked up and left, it just shows you that she did not respect the man to give him his chance to be a good father. And once again, the father was uninvited from her family. So, same rules can be applied to you. And then the third single mom is the one that is less talked about, but we all know exists, and that is the single mother that had her child from a one-night stand. She definitely made a very bad choice. First, some random guy she met, she has sex with. That's bad decision number one. Then, she has unprotected sex with him. Bad decision number two. Or, if she did have protected sex, obviously she is too dumb to use it effectively. Then three, she actually kept the child to raise it. Now, I'm not saying she should have aborted, but she could have given up the child for adoption. Why? Well, simple. She didn't know the father. She didn't love the father. So how can she love this child? This child was brought out of impulses and not really out of genuine love and affection to procreate. So, of course, the father's not going to be there because he never gave a crap about starting a family with this woman. She was just a one-night stand. What sums it all up is that you, coming into this relationship, yes, you might be her number one at the time, but that is usually part of the con, to lure you in that family. Be there for her and fulfill whatever needs she wants you to fulfill, be it financial, sexual, emotional, whatever it is. That is a definite reason why you should avoid that type of single mom, which is the one with the child from a one-night stand, is because how can later on, which it will happen, you will be at the bottom of the barrel. You will be the most insignificant member of that family. You will be treated lower than dirt. You will be dead last. Why would you willingly thrust yourself into that situation where you will be treated unfairly and very poorly for children that are not yours? No man wants to be treated like garbage, especially for children that he has no emotional investment in. Now, why should single fathers avoid single mothers? Because the majority of women always say this. They will not date a man with children. So, by knowing that she's trying to start a relationship with you, obviously it's not because you're this great guy. I have seen it for myself firsthand. The only reason why a single mom would get with a single father is usually because he makes good money. Remember that if you're a single dad, she's not there because she loves you or she really likes you and she wants you guys to unite your families and make one great big happy family. She will not give a damn about your children. Your children are like dirt to her. Your children will be what you are to her eventually. So, all those fake moments of her accepting your children and being nice to them, all of that, remember, she is conning you because she's after what you can do for her. And basically, they will make you their universe. They will make you their end-all be-all in their life, even above their own children. And regardless of what she'll tell you, she can tell you, "Oh, I love you more than my child." It doesn't matter. She's conning you into a relationship because she wants to survive. She wants to survive off of you, like a leech. Now, who's in on this con? Well, it's her friends, and her family, and sometimes her children in on it too. The reason why they help her out is because she's actually a burden on them. She's more of a parasite than anything. So they want to help her get hooked up with someone as soon as possible because they want her off of them. She is a parasite, they need her gone. So they don't care what happens to you. They don't know you. They don't care about you. They care about her and they want to get rid of her. So that just shows you how much you mean to them. Her friends, it's the same thing as the family, or it can be that they just want to be all up in her business and help her get with someone because single moms like to play the victim almost all the time. So she plays the victim long enough in front of her friends, they're going to try to help her get somebody because they think that it's a great injustice to what has happened to her, even though she's brought this on herself. Now, sometimes the children can be involved in this because when they get older, they understand mom needs somebody else to survive. When mom survives, they survive. You want to avoid this situation at all costs. You don't want to be raising children that aren't yours. You can avoid these situations if you don't have a relationship with her, at least a romantic one. Why? Ultimately, single moms try to con you into a marriage. Some of them want to take half of your stuff. Others just want to live off you for the rest of their lives. Now, you don't want them to take half your stuff, because then half of your stuff goes to her children, children that aren't yours. They don't have any rights to what belongs to you. Also, marriage or a relationship can lead to having children with her. You don't want that. If it's outside of a marriage, guess what? If you don't want to stick around to raise those other kids, she still gets child support. Now you're losing part of your check. Or if you were in a marriage and you have a child, well, guess what? If she wants to keep the child but she doesn't want you around no more, she gets half your stuff and child support. That's a double whammy. That will hurt you very bad. Now, some of these single moms are hoes. They sleep around on you. Some of them cannot control themselves anymore. They are just that. They're a club hoe or just a neighborhood hoe, whatever they are. They sometimes con a man into taking care of a baby that she says is his, but it's not. And the fact in this country, in the United States, you see it all the time. There's men that are forced to pay child support on children that aren't theirs, even after the courts and the man learns that this is not his child. They will still make him pay for it because he was the caregiver at the time, and the child depends on that money. Well, who cares? That's not your child. You shouldn't be forced to pay for children that aren't yours. And that's what leads me to another thing. In certain states, the courts can force you to pay for those children that aren't yours, and everyone knows they have a different dad. You weren't tricked into it. They were already there before you got into the relationship with her, but she can come and tell them that now they depend on you because you brought in a certain amount of income and they need that to survive. So then the courts will then feel sorry for her and then force you to pay for children that aren't yours. No one wants that. I don't want it. I'm sure a lot of you don't want it. So avoid that kind of relationship with a single mom. You don't want to get conned. It is one big con game, and it sucks because men will lose every time. You're not gonna con her. You're the one who's getting conned, and you're gonna lose. It's like Vegas. The odds are stacked against you. So avoid them. Don't date them. Don't marry them. And don't have children with them, because having children with them is the biggest mistake. You already see the situation she's in, because what she's doing with you, she's done it before, and that's what will lead to tragedy.